Okay, today is Good Friday. This is Grandma Catherine, and it's a beautiful spring day. And over there is our archaeological dump. Always should have one for the civilizations to come to find out what we were all about. It's a bunch of shingles and old wood, part of an old doghouse. There goes Montani. And we are walking. This is the ferry trail, and it's another path up to the woods. As you can see, things are just coming out of winter. There's a little bit of snow up ahead. There is snow through the woods. So Montana and I are walking, and we've already been this trail once since the winter, and we've been moving branches out of the way. Where are you going? You going to go over there? Montana has her routine. She's going to go over there and check things out. All through here in about the middle of August are black trumpet mushrooms, and they are so delicious. There was a time when I didn't know what they were. They're black. They look like vases. And there was a time that I didn't know what they were, and I would look at them and say, ooh, those look poisonous. But come to find out, they're one of the most sought-after mushrooms. They go for $50 a pound dried. The woods are filled with them in the right conditions. So this next August I will be foraging for some, and we'll dry them and send them off to family and friends. So there's Montana. Can you see her? Off she goes into the woods. Okay, honey, I'll meet you up at the pond. So I'm going to continue walking. I don't want to make this too long because it takes a long time to upload it to YouTube. But anyways, you can see still snow, but sunny. Here, crunch, 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 crunch. And there's my boot. See my boot? In the sun, can you see my boot? It has polka dots on it. They're black boots with a green sole and green, pink, blue, and lavender polka dots. Okay, so continuing. See, the moss is greening up. Oh, I hope I'm not shooting into the sun. See, they have the green moss. That's what we call it, the ferry trail, because there's so many beautiful mosses and ferns and toadstools and mushrooms. Later on, of course, in the summer. Here's some more branches. Actually, that's a dead tree. I'll have to come with Sam. I'll have to saw that up. This is a wonderful old oak tree. Very big and very old. And in the right conditions, it produces a lot of nuts. A lot of nuts. You can always tell what a tree is by the leaves that fall beneath it. Most probably. If you can't remember barks like I can't, just look down and look at the leaves, and you see, here is an oak leaf. An old, last year's oak leaf. And it will now compost into the soil and become soil, dirt. And they're all acorns in here. All acorns. And the deer are looking for them. In fact, right there are deer poops, not to be confused with acorns, you might see. Anyway, I'm told that the turkeys eat the deer poops in the winter. So I guess they're nutritious. So here we are. We're continuing to walk the ferry trail. And Charlie's grandchildren, when they were younger, used to come up here and build ferry houses. Here's another beautiful little area where I'm sure fairies live underground. You can always tell. And there's a puddle. These are called sometimes vernal pools because they support a lot of wildlife. Actually, black fly larvae might be in there right now. See the blue sky reflected? Isn't that great? See, I'm going to look up, 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 up. And there's the blue sky. That is reflected in the pool. Isn't that cool? That's cool. So here we go. We're continuing. Continuing. Here is an old stump that very often is marked by a fox or some such animal. Usually right there you can see scat, but there isn't any this time, I think. But over here is another stump, and you can see the scat. See, there's the scat right there. That is the markings of a fox or a raccoon or a bobcat, saying this is my area. So whenever Montana and I walk by here, she always sniffs it and pees on it. She remarks it. So here we are, continuing. There's some beautiful moss, another old tree stump covered by moss. So I'm going to stop this now and continue this a little further up.